or we didn't say something that led some people to believe that this was the trio's farewell. No, 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 no. To quote a certain friend of ours named Stan Collinson, who sings a song that says, "There may be snow on the roof, but there's still fire in the chimney." I want to tell you that about my temporarily able-bodied self, that there will be more hosting of wonderful events. Check out Community Church of Boston Winter Friday virtual series and other places where we will continue hosting great music. This has been a wonderful 32-year run, and we'll talk more about it as the evening goes, but I just want to tell you that I'm feeling patriotic. I've just finished halfway to my goal of writing 300 postcards to similarly politically minded people in Texas. So I'm feeling patriotic, and it's a patriotic kind of national anthem that I'm going to start with. It's, you might call it a national anthem inspired by Howard Zinn. There you go. And it's written by Gene Rowe, our Brooklyn friend. Atlantic and Pacific flow, the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico, the land between sustains us all, to cherish her our urgent call. Arise, arise, I see the future in your eyes. To a more perfect union we aspire, and lift our voices from the fire. We reach these shores from many lands. We came with hungry hearts and hands. Some came by force and some by will, to the auction block and the darkened mill. Arise, arise, I see the future in your eyes. To a more perfect union we aspire, and lift our voices from the fire. We died in your fields and your factories, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees, an old coat hanger in a room somewhere, a trail of tears, an electric chair. Arise, arise, I see the future in your eyes. To a more perfect union we aspire, and lift our voices from the fire. And our great responsibility to be guardians of our liberty, till tyrants bend to the people's dream, and justice flows like a mighty stream. Arise, arise, I see the future in your eyes. To a more perfect union we aspire, and lift our voices from the fire. I have nothing else to say but to invite Cindy, Michael, and Ellen to our humble stage. The trio, Kallet, Epstein and Cicone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dean. That was a gorgeous song and a gorgeous message. We're going to get a little bit more local than shore to shore. Right now, we're going to sing something about a very specific part of the Massachusetts shore. Did you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to hear the note.
Oh, you did?
I did.
And I just found it, and that's approximately it. If we get near there, we'll be golden. Okay. This is a favorite of ours by Stephen Green called Marblehead Neck.
Meself and me brother, and sometimes another, to Marblehead Neck by the ocean we'd go, to the great rocks and breakers we'd wear our old sneakers and watch the cold foamers as white as the snow.
You might as well sing along.
And now we needed no reason, nor the warm summer season, to forsake the city, all for the North Shore. Indeed, I remember one night in December, when the cold winter winds made the oceans to roar. Now, boys, for adventure, we'll do many strange things, not caring for weather nor time of the day. For us 'twas the ocean and the great sweeping motion, the rocks on the shore and the cold foaming spray.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to put you all to work here, and this is a shanty that was used for, it could be rowing, although I've heard from the rowers in Belfast that it was a little tricky, and or you could use it to haul up the sail on a very large schooner or ship, clipper ship, or you could haul up the anchor. So, and it's called Roller Down the Bay to Juliana, and your part is Roller Down the Bay to Juliana. So, now follow Michael or sing any part. You're going to sing whatever you want anyway. We know you. Emma, Emma, let me be.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Oh, Miss Emma, don't you cry.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Heave away, me pulley boys.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Blackbird song to the crow.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Wish I had the girl in tow.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Where girls are hard to beat.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Hauling on your old main sheet.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Sweat that yard the maid did say.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Boys, till you get your pay.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Boys, when she takes the roll.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
Shake or break or blast your soul.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
The dawning of the day.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
One more pull and then belay.
Roller down the bay to Juliana.
We did it.
So we want to say a special hello to everyone who's watching us on Zoom. This is a new experience for us to be live streamed. We hope we're making it there to your living room or wherever you're watching. There's going to be a fair amount of choreography during this show because we have to
Tap
move things
dancing.
around. Yeah. Okay. Actually, just a point of trivia. This is actually our 40th anniversary concert that was canceled twice.
So it's the second anniversary of our 40th anniversary.
And they're all old guys now, but we were like 20s and 30 when we started singing together. So a lot of life under the bridge.
A lot of notes.
A lot of notes under the bridge.
All right, well, this is a song by one of our very favorite songwriters and singers, and his name is Dean Stevens. So we adored his music, and this is one of our favorite songs of his called Salmon River. Cry a song, shed a tear for a northwest salmon, sockeye streak of muscle, brawn and steel-headed will, swimming salt water, fresh water, feast or famine. The battle is uphill. Cast an eye of wonder at a river fast and long. It is a highway, it is a maiden voyage, a swan song. Feel the force that against the rushing ripples flow as the fish on a survival death journey go. Salmon River winds its way to Idaho, and it sparkles as it runs, and it glistens as it flows. Many rapids bubbling down cry a last farewell. Where the sockeye will go now, no tongue can tell. There's a sad song in the crystal waters flow. Where have my salmon gone? The river wants to know. In spring came salmon, gave the river its name, shimmering salmon. One day no more came. Say a prayer with the Indian, came here to offer thanks for this bounty, this feast, filled the river bank to bank, for this life-giving dance of 10,000 years cut short by the plans of a corps of engineers. Cry your many angry words at an arrogant race. Gotta grab all the land, all the water, all the space. Gotta take, gotta make, gotta get, gotta plunder, gotta dam it up, gotta chop it up, gotta plow it all under. Swim upstream 1,000 miles just to spawn and helpless lie, with the new ones being born around, the old ones spent will die, in a never-ending circle of a life-giving dance. Stand with me before this miracle. Does the sockeye stand a chance? For the salmon is a journey. It is a first and a last journey. Down the Salmon River to the Snake, to the Columbia River, to the cold dark Pacific. This teeming life delivers, if not swallowed in the web of a toxic grip. They'll be following that scent on a never-ending trip, if not taken in the drift net factory ships. Through the krill-laden Arctic sea waters they'll slip, if not swatted for the worth of their bright orange row. Back to the waters of their birth, salmon doggedly go. Back to the dams the electric ratepayers build, through the Cascade clear-cut river turned to salt, against a current of water, against a current of time, against gotta get yours, gotta go get mine, against a plenty of blame to go around, against a river been so tamed that you can't hear the sound of the salmon's journey. Is it the last journey? Salmon River winds its way through Idaho, and it sparkles as it runs, and it glistens as it flows. Many rapids bubbling down, cry a last farewell. Where the sockeye will go now, no tongue can tell. There's a sad song when the crystal waters flow. Where have my salmon gone? The river wants to know. In spring came salmon, gave the river its name, shimmering salmon. One day no more came. We'd like to welcome up one of the members of our Rent-A-Bass program, who also happens to be a rent-a-harmonium, concertina, piano, and fiddle player, Gray Larson.
Do you guys have enough room over there? I can scooch.
Are we far enough apart? Is that enough room for you? Okay.
I'm looking out in the audience, I'm seeing my life flash before me. If only my parents were here.
You can recognize people? I can't. Oh, some people.
Yeah.
The eyes have it.
Yeah.
This is a song that I made up in 1986. And the U.S. woke up to the news that the U.S. had just dropped bombs on Tripoli in Libya. And that was unusual back then, to wake up to news like that. And on one radio station I heard something about there were many casualties, but thank God no Americans. And then I was walking to work at UMass, and it just started there, and there was there was a fraternity house that I passed by, and it had some fraternity members were holding up a sheet, and they had spray painted the words "U.S. bomb Libya" into a parking lot. And and I'd had a slip of paper in my pocket that said bodies. I'd been carrying it around, trying not to wash it in the laundry. And just my sister and her husband were in Greece that year, and not too far from Chernobyl. I had friends that were sailing down in other parts of the world, and people were all over the place. And I was thinking about bodies. There was one other story that kind of matters, and that's the first one. On the radio that morning, too, was a piece about some Arctic explorers, and they were on their way to the Arctic with a team of sled dogs, and the person being interviewed described having to, in order to get into his sleeping bag at night, he had to chip away the frozen sweat. And so at that point, it was about 70 pounds of frozen sweat. So that was another image from that day. Sled man pushing up to Arctic ground, sleeps in chunks of ice. I changed my oil and drove to town and dreamed how nice to see you. President called this place a planet on the evening news tonight. Boys want to bomb Libya into a parking lot that'll blow the star out all right. But there's a body and I'm afraid. Is it woman, child, or man? And the voice on the news says, well, thank God it's not an American. But you were not bombed in North Africa, and I was not lost out on the line. And you were not my lover torn from the night, and that body is not mine. Sailors plowing down to southern ground, searching east for more. Girl in brown runs up the hill, she brings cookies to my door. Guns sent south of the border, blood spread on foreign ground. Someone says, gotta teach them all a lesson. Someone says, no, but we've all run aground. But there's a body and I'm afraid. Is it woman, child, or man? And the voice on the news says, well, thank God it's not an American. But you were not bombed in North Africa, and I was not lost out on that line. And you were not my lover torn from the night, and that body is not mine. I built a house, it keeps out rain. I'm restless, dry and warm. My friends, you roam around the world, and I dream that I will see you all soon. You are my bodies, my blood, my joy, by grace and chance this way. But across the earth, someone else's body dies, another voice, another try. There's a body and I'm afraid. Is it woman, child, or man? And the voice on the news says, well, thank God it's not an American. But you were not bombed in North Africa, and I was not lost out on that line. And you were not my lover torn from the night, and that body is not mine. And I was not bombed in North Africa, and you are not lost out on that line. And I am not your lover torn from your side, and that body is not mine. Thank you very much.
This next song is by Grit Laskin. And I have to say, the older I get and the more stuff that happens in the world, it's just more and more true for me. This song, it's called Lucky Man. I had no say in being born, or where or when it happened to me. It's only chance that turned the wheel and made my living easy. Oh, I am a lucky man, favored by good fortune's hand, far more than I'm deserving. I've had good work since I was young, mastered a trade, my business thriving. Yet thousands idly bide their days, no job means no surviving. Oh, I am a lucky man, favored by good fortune's hand, far more than I'm deserving. I share a love that's fair and true, a marriage have I that's rich with pleasure. Yet there are those whose wedding vows are shackles that embitter. Oh, I am a lucky man, favored by good fortune's hand, far more than I'm deserving. There's some who die for want of bread. There's some are killed for seeking freedom. Yet I have more of what they crave than ever I'll be needing. Oh, I am a lucky man, favored by good fortune's hand, far more than I'm deserving. I had no say in being born, or where or when it happened to me. It's only chance that turned the wheel and made my living easy. Oh, I am a lucky man, favored by good fortune's hand, far more than I'm deserving. We're going to play a bunch of tunes for you right now. Tunes without words. Yes.
You got to tune to us. They're great. So these are 3 tunes. The first one was written by Gray, the second one by me, and the third one by Michael. And let's work backwards. Michael.
This is a tune, the one I'll play, third, is called House Hunting. It was a tune that I wrote while I was doing that 30 years ago. Still in the same house. So it had a happy ending, but you can see the tune had a lot of kind of, or the process had a lot of false starts and starts again. House Hunting.
And then we were talking about, I think it went this way, that you had the tune, and then we wanted a tune to go with it so we could play together. And so there's a stuffed platypus animal, well, not stuffed platypus, but a stuffed animal platypus that has a lot of history in our family. Extraordinarily, she's the queen. And even though she is no longer with us, we don't think, the intellectual property of Swampy is very much alive in our family, and the surrounding. Everybody is affected by Swampy. So this is called, the tune is called Swampy's Fancy. And then Swampy was kind of feeling like, well, there wasn't enough celebration to kind of herald her arrival. She was kind of looking at the Queen stuff and thinking, and there was so much coverage about that. She was like, oh my God, what about me? And so we looked to Grade to solve that problem.
Yeah, so we'll begin with kind of a Swampy coronation tune. And Swampy's coat of arms has a heron and a dove on it. So this is called The Heron and the Dove.
Very good. Sure.
That's not an E, is it?
Thank you.
There's just so many.
I don't know how you find them on that, frankly. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Okay, ready to sing a little bit more?
Yes,
with
sing
us?
along, sing.
So many years ago, I wrote this song so that my teenage son would play the bass with me on stage at the Sweet Chariot Folk Festival. And he did. And then he played it again when we recorded this song. So this song is for Izzy, then and now. And the chorus, oh, let's see. B flat. Thank you. Very good. So the chorus goes like this. Life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Whoa, life comes in just when you're ready to leave.
You got it.
Whoa, life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Oh, life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Fish can swim in the ocean. I will walk along the street, kicking a rock or skipping a stone. We're all just looking for the beat. Your life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Whoa, life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Friends will come a-calling, walk with you for a while, make you notice how lucky you are, leave you wearing a smile on your face, 'cause life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Whoa, life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Someone wanted a baby. Someone wanted a heart. Someone wanted a new point of view. And we're all wondering just where to start. Don't we know that life comes in just when you're ready to leave? Oh, life comes in just when you're ready to leave. When I grow up, I'm gonna find me a place to rest. Meanwhile, I'm doing all that I can. Meanwhile, I'll be the best that I can be. Life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Whoa, life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Tune is the thing that ties us. Harmony holds us here. Swing down, chariot, and let me ride. Year after year after year after year after life comes in just when you're ready to leave. Whoa, life comes in just when you're ready to leave. You know, life comes in just when you're ready to walk out the door. You know, life comes in just when you're ready to leave.
All right, we'd like to invite the...
Other rent-a-base
Yes, exactly.
in our repertoire. Richard and Isley, please come to the stage.
All right. Hang on a second.
A blowing of the nose is happening over there, and microphone relocation is happening over here. And do you have enough room?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yes. Also, well, we always like to do this when we have our rent-a-base member here, and this is...
Thank you.
And this goes back 32 years or so to a Thanksgiving gathering with first members of my former husband's family and then friends on my side of the family. And it was Thanksgiving, and I had a 3-month-old baby who was hungry all the time. So I nursed him before supper was going to be on the table, and then it wasn't. Of course, you know the story. And then, so by the time dinner was ready, he was ready too, again. And so I sat down and very discreetly nursed him, and I looked over at my relative, who was clearly looking disapproving. And so I said, "Would you like me to nurse somewhere else?" And she said, "Yes, please." So I went into the other room, the bedroom, and I had my supper reheated later. And so the next day we were talking with the friends on my side of the family, and we were talking about how distanced we are now from our animalness. And so John Blodgett, my former husband, wonderful former husband, and I wrote this in the car on the way back from Newton to Maine. And it's called "I'm a Mammal." You ready, sports fans? I'm a warm-blooded creature, I'm a hot-blooded mama, I'm a mammal. Oh, I bear my babies live, and you know that ain't no jive, 'cause I'm a mammal. She's a mammal, she's a mammal, and we're finally realizing, and there is no disguising, she's a mammal.
She's a human?
She's an animal in disguise.
Some say I think, therefore I am, but I think that's a crying sham, 'cause I'm a mammal, and I built myself a house just like a lion or a mouse. I'm a mammal. She's a mammal, and we're finally realizing, and there is no disguising, she's a mammal.
She's a human?
She's an animal in disguise.
Sometimes it feels a heavy load because we're carrying code that says we're mammals.
Mammal? God, that's really heavy.
But what I really mean to say when I look at my DNA, it spells out mammal, M-A-M-M-A-L.
Adenine.
Thymine.
Cytosine. Mammal, she's a mammal, and we're finally realizing, and there is no disguising, she's a mammal.
She's a human?
She's an animal in disguise.
Someone looking from a star sees a kind of monkey driving cars, says now they have gone too far.
Seeds they just got down from trees, now they're all trying to be free.
They've lost sight of their species, strange kind of mammal.
They're only human. They're just animals in disguise.
When we go out on a date, we're just searching for a mate. We just love to copulate and make more mammals. Chucky Darwin wrote it all about the rise and about the fall of all these creatures.
Some are toucans.
Slugs.
And
And
frogs.
some are mammals, she's a mammal, and we're finally realizing, and there
is no disguising. She's a mammal, mommy.
Oh, like others of his ilk, my baby drinks his mama's milk, 'cause he's a mammal.
He is?
You've got to be kidding.
In public?
That's disgusting.
And it is no curse to nurse, we've been doing it from the first, because we're mammals.
Pardon me, madame, but could you nurse your Bambi somewhere else? This is a civilized establishment. Can't you read the sign? It says, no.
Mammal, she's a mammal. I'm a warm-blooded creature. I'm a hot-blooded mammal. I'm a mammal. Thank you, Richard Nisley.
Do one more song before we take a break, and we've been doing a lot of our old favorites in this first set, and the second set has a couple of newer things. But one thing that I think many of you will remember is that at our 30th anniversary concert, we made a trio cookbook called Sail Away Ladles. And it has, we each contributed, I think, 2 or 3 recipes. It's lavishly illustrated with photos from our lives. And we have, I think, 11 copies remaining. And we've decided to sell them tonight and give the money to the Tremedal Coffee House. We're suggesting a donation of $10 or more if you can manage it. And I think the first 8 people to buy this will get a bag of fresh basil harvested this morning from my own personal garden.
I saw her do that.
It's all downstairs at the CD table. Another special thing is that we're selling all of our CDs for $10 each, or 3 for $25. And they've been sitting in our closet for a lot of years now, so let's get them out. As was mentioned before, there's also the beautiful, beautiful crafts from Tremedal that we will very much miss. So, this, do you want to introduce this song?
Sure, I can do that. Just trying to get this. Oh, sorry, Spencer. Trying to be good to our amazing sound person, Spencer. But,
Yes.
Trying. Helped by the able Asker as well. So please sing along on this song. It's one that I think of a lot these days, as we have lost so many, and continue to do so. And this is for those of us left here. And the chorus is, come on, get your oars and row. Come on, get your oars and row. We've got tide and the river rising. Come on, get your oars and row. Which there are people who definitely need that right now. It's the baby in this song's birthday tomorrow, too. So I'm singing for him, too. Come on, get your oars and row, my darling, and come on, get your oars and row. We've got tide in the river rising. Come on, get your oars and row. That's your part. Come on, get your oars and row, my darling, and come on, get your oars and row. We've got tide in the river rising. Come on, get your oars and row. Come up on your feet and walk, my baby, and rise up on your feet and walk. We've got arms reaching out to catch you. Haul up on those feet and walk. In the morning call my name, my darling, and in the morning call my name.
row, my darling, come on, get your oars and row. We've got tide and a river rising, come on, get your oars and row. Some live and change the world with grace and division and a strength of mind. Some rise from trouble, some lend a hand, and some keep trying to find. Watch that little boy go walking, my lover, and watch him as he learns to run. Watch him as he rounds the corner out of sight, then tumbling back in our arms he comes. Come on, get your oars and row, my darling, and come on, get your oars and row. We've got tide and river rising, come on, get your oars and row. When it's time to say goodbye, my darling, and when it's time to say goodbye, we'll live on in the old and the young ones, dreaming down a quiet line. Come on, get your oars and row, my darling, and come on, get your oars and row. We've got tide and river rising, come on, get your oars and row. Come on, get your oars and row, my darling, and come on, get your oars and row. We've got tide and river rising, come on, get your oars and row.
See you in a little bit. Hi, welcome back, everybody. I'm Susie Giroux. You may remember, volunteer with the Watertown-El Salvador Sister City Project. I would like to introduce the other members of the Sister City Committee who are here, sort of scattered around the hall tonight, who've been doing the work over these 32 years. If you would, volunteers, just stand up wherever you are as you're able and wave. Beth Britz and Barbara Brodsky down at the back. Emily Dalgarno is not here tonight, but he's been an active member since the beginning. Susan Claw. Alex Liazzo. Where is Alex? I don't think Kathy Martin is here tonight. No, and she has also been active since the very beginning. Ellen Miller. Susan Nye. Over there. John Ports was not able to be here tonight, but again, an active member since the beginning. And last but not least, Dean Stevens. So we're going to present just this short PowerPoint presentation that John Ports actually put together for us to tell you a little bit about the history of the Sister City Project and our relationship with the villagers in El Salvador. I have too many things. Okay, this is a picture of some children in the village of Tremedal. Celebrating the second anniversary of the repopulation of the village and their return from the refugee camps or even toward the end of the Civil War and after the Civil War.
This is a little bit wordy. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's just to tell you a little bit about how we actually started the Sister City project. I'm going to read the paragraph that's in pink there. This is a letter that Alex wrote to some folks in Watertown in December of 1989. Dear friends, the Sister City project with a yet-to-be-named community in El Salvador is underway. We made the decision at a meeting December 7th, attended by 10 people from Watertown, 2 people from a similar project in Arlington, Mario Davila, who coordinates Sister City projects with El Salvador, and Bob Ford for the Watertown Press. People in El Salvador want and need the assistance and support of a Sister City relationship. And the 3 speakers convinced us that we can succeed in this project. We also think that the Watertown Town Council will endorse a Sister City relationship, and indeed, the document to the right there is the resolution that the Town Council issued proclaiming the creation of a Sister City relationship with the village of Tremedal, and the heading there on our stationery says repopulation, rebuilding, replanting, renewing the village of Tremedal. And Alex also suggested that it might be a good idea as a way to raise funds for our sister community to start a series of coffee houses. And we called it Tremedal Coffee House. And this is a flyer for our first season, 1990-91. And as you can see, in February, we had some folks by the name of Cindy Kallet, Ellen Epstein, and Michael Cicone. And we have been so grateful and so appreciative that they have been able to return to our stage almost every year since then. We have just loved having them come to perform for us. And we've seen so many other performers come to our stage, the bluegrass group Southern Rail. There they are again. You may recognize some faces there. Gail Rundlet, Lorraine Lee, and Bennett Hammond opened our series back in 1990. It's a great photo. Bob Franke, groups like the Hornpipe and Clog Society, so many others, too numerous to name. And other kinds of projects that we've been involved in over the years to raise funds. We hosted a telethon on the local cable TV station, and as you saw downstairs, we've been selling the beautiful arts and crafts from El Salvador, and we appreciate your support in helping us send those funds back to the village. We did a workathon at the Watertown Boys and Girls Club. Few younger faces there. We participated in a caravan that brought humanitarian aid down to the region, not just our village, but the region of Chalatenango. And we gathered supplies, school supplies, medical supplies, and that's me singing them off. Susan Nye and I singing Mujer Salvadoreña, singing the caravan off. And the banner says, "May peace grow in El Salvador." So what did we do with all this money that we raised? We have been, delegations have been going, as you know, to El Salvador every year and bringing suitcases filled with clothes, backpacks, and more. At some point, the folks in Tremedal, many of them realized that the soil was not very good for planting. They were having trouble. And so decided to move to a community, an area where there would be more arable land. And so our project moved with them. And this village was called New Hope, Nueva Esperanza. And so that's the village we've been sistered with since then. And we've helped with projects like digging wells and bringing electricity to the community. Home construction. This was a joint project with the UN. They provided the money for housing, and we sent the funds for doors and windows for the houses. We've provided funds for seeds to plant. This is the communal truck that's lasted decades, and of course it breaks down from time to time, so we've sent money down for repairs and for helping pave the road for better access to the community. Cows are a really important part of the village. People, everyone has a dairy cow, and Susan was saying that it's sort of like somebody's bank account. They use the cow for milk and making cheese, and then if they need cash, they sell the cow for cash. And during one of Susan's visits to Nueva Esperanza, this little calf was born, and they named the calf after Susan's daughter. So this is Sonia the calf with one of our scholarship students. And of course, after the village became a little bit more established and didn't need so many funds for construction projects and things like that, most of the money that we've been raising has been dedicated to a scholarship fund for the youth of the village. And this is one of the scholarship students here. Over the years, the money, we've reached a total, I think, of over $109,000 that we have sent down to the village. $109,000. So besides the idea of fundraising, another really important aspect of the sister city relationship is the delegation, the face-to-face encounters with the folks in the village, the moral support, the friendship, that we can provide. And so we have been sending delegations down. Dean has been making 2 trips a year, Susan once a year. And you can see the peace accords weren't signed until 1992. And so you can see from this article in 1991, there was some risk and some danger involved. So there's Dean on one of his trips. Some pictures from the villages. There's Susan with our sister city representative, staff person in a national sister cities representative in El Salvador. On the right, the 2 gentlemen are leaders in the community of Nueva Esperanza. Matias, who is a school teacher, and his son Luis, who was the first student to graduate with the support of our scholarship money, and he took his degree in environmental health. There's me in Nueva Esperanza. More folks from the village. There's Susan with everybody in the community. I mentioned the cow and cheese making. Here's a woman making cheese that will be for sale. On the right, you see some clothes. This is a clothes sharing activity. When Susan goes to the village, she brings clothes that have been donated, and then they have a session where they can look through the clothes and choose what they want. Folks look forward to that activity. A nod to Monsignor Romero. Here's an early picture of some of the folks involved in the group and supporters. And a slightly more recent picture. So we want to give a special thanks to Susan Claw, who has really been our connection to the community. She has made a trip to Nueva Esperanza almost every year, and in the interim maintains the communication with the folks through phone calls, letters, more recently, of course, texts and email. And we have something we'd like to give to her. And then we would also like to have a special word of thanks for Dean's connection to the communities as well, the trips that he's made with delegations, his purchase of coffee, and the support of Isotalio in that, his musical contributions, and of course his organizing of so many shows. I wanted to say that in the beginning, when we started the coffee house, Alex was the person who did yeoman's work in organizing a lot of the shows, booking the performers, and he passed the baton to Ellen, who did that job for a period of time, and then she passed the baton to Dean, and he's been doing the yeoman's work since then. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Susan for a moment.
Get caught in your earrings. So, Dean, as Susie said, I've been visiting the community every year since '92, but recently I was diagnosed with ALS, so that's not going to happen anymore. But luckily, Dean will continue going as he had for so long, for once or twice a year. He stays in touch with our communities. So we have some special thanks for you, Dean. We have, we want to give you money. We're giving you a check to basically be one plane ticket to El Salvador, okay? And in thanks of all the work you do with your coffee and supporting an entire community by importing the coffee, roasting, selling the coffee, and basically sending all the proceeds back to Saltaleo, we have a special painting for you. Please. It's not from El Salvador, but it is from Guatemala, where they grow a lot of coffee.
It's an image of coffee harvesters.
These are coffee trees and baskets full of red beans. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
By the way, there is a trip in January. If anybody's interested in coming, we have 2 or 3 people in this audience who are coming on that trip. So be in touch. And thank you. Thank you.
Thanks to all of you. You know, we wouldn't have been able to do this work without your support and your coming to these concerts. Thank you very, very much.
Well, we really can't imagine what our lives as trios would have been without the 19 times we've played here, literally. We'll miss it so much, and we'll miss all of you. And
Yeah, that was spectacular to see that slideshow. Thank you so
after
much.
all these years.
That was, yeah. Really. puts everything in perspective. So I appreciate that. So when we were practicing, we've been practicing a lot for this concert for a number of months, and I just kind of got the idea to make a song for this occasion. So so some of it is it's for you. It's for you. But I was sitting on a rock. Of course, I was sitting on a rock, and in Rockport Harbor, and the water was coming in. So of course that made it into the song too. So you can figure out what it all means. But this is for you, and it's called Tremedal Farewell.
Yeah, with I think it must be an air purifier or something back there. Yeah, if we could just, sorry to interrupt.
It is a different tone than what we're singing.
It does have a pitch, which is kind of a problem.
If it's necessary, it's okay. But if it's easy,
If it's necessary, it's fine.
why not?
I just don't remember it before.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So if you're at home watching this on the live stream,
Oh, yes.
you could turn off your
Yes, could you do
fans
that,
and
please?
stuff. It's going to be a lot more fun.
It's a little loud, actually.
Right.
Could you do it?
Dear friends who've gathered here tonight, through the long road, cross the hard times, we will find in the choirs of the stars all the songs we'll need. All who have lost so deep, wake so forlorn, dream of the slow and the sure that can mend what's torn. Dear friends who've traveled here tonight, through the long road, cross the hard times, we will find in the choirs of the stars all the songs we'll need. Let us go where the rocks receive us, waves worn down for a billion years. We'll make a cave, swallow sorrow. We'll be a swirling, surging sound of a world and whirling mystery of some tomorrow. Come the day we have gone, we'll remember you, joining our voices in this house, sung strong and true. Dear friends who've traveled here tonight, through the long road, cross the hard times, we will find in the choirs of the stars all the songs we'll need. Let us go where the rocks receive us, wave worn down for a billion years. We'll make a cave, swallow sorrow. We'll be a swirling, surging sound of a world and whirling mystery of some tomorrow. Dear friends who've traveled here tonight, through the long road, cross the hard times, we will find in the choirs of the stars all the songs we'll need. We will find in the choirs of the stars all the songs we'll need.
Thank you. Here comes Gray again. Yay, Gray. This time to play yet a different instrument than he's played so far. So Dylan Buston, who is one of our is one of our kind of essential songwriters and collaborators to some extent over the years, has written many, many songs and many historical songs. He's a historian, a music historian, as well as a performer and a writer. One of the things he wrote was a whole cycle of songs based on Thoreau's Walden. He took the words and adapted them to his own tunes or to traditional tunes, and then interspersed them with, in the evening's entertainment, with recitations from the book. And so we are going to do one of those. And actually, Gray was very involved in that project as well. And
yes, so Dylan asked me to kind of write a score for this musical play for piano, cello, French horn, flute, and percussion. The wooden flute, the kind that Thoreau actually himself played. And this was back in 1993, and so there are 18 songs and 4 instrumental pieces orchestrated for this chamber ensemble with Dylan Buston singing. And we performed it only twice that year, and those were the only performances, but we did make a recording of all of that music, which has kind of been sitting on my shelf since 1993. And now I've been very busy in the past few months restoring that recording, making it sound as good as I possibly can, and it's sounding really good. And I'm in the process of mixing and editing and mastering all that music, and it will be available for all of you this winter sometime. Yes, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to be notified of that, you can go to my website, which is graylarson.com, and click the contact button, and I will make sure that you know about it when it's ready for downloading or purchasing of CDs.
Thank you. Yes, and so this song is called Earth's Eye, and this is one that he adapted words from Walden and put to a traditional tune which neither of us can remember right now what it is. But Walden Pond is the earth's eye, and its iris the color of water on sand. The eyelashes, the trees it is fringed by, and the brows, the hills that around it stand. Who could look into that face and measure the depth of their nature there? Oh, what could ever change that place that breathes the clouds into the air? I can come no nearer to God and heaven than I already live to Walden even, for it seems I am the stony shore, I am the breeze that passes o'er. In the hollow of my hand are its water and its sand, and remember that its deepest resort lies high, high in my thought. Let the Frenchmen come and cut the trees, let the railroad touch it by the shore. Let the icemen come and cut and skim it. Let the icemen come and cut the trees. Never mind. Let the railroad touch it by the shore. Keep going. Let the icemen squat there as they please. Let the icemen come and skim it o'er. Walden still remains the same. All the change has been in me. After 30 years since first I came, so fair, so pure as it may be. Many men have been likened to her, who pretend to be so clear and true. But few there are who deserve the honor when I ask them, Walden, is that you? Save one fisherman so wise, with whom I share my boat becalmed, and I would wish to philosophize in harmony as he hums a song. Walden Pond is the earth's eye, and its iris the color of water on sand. The eyelashes, the trees it is fringed by, and the brows, the hills that around it stand. Who could look into that face and measure the depth of their nature there? Oh, who would ever change that place that breathes the clouds into the air?
It's been a tough few years for sure, and one of the tough things about it is that it seemed like a lot of really important, inspiring people from the folk world passed away in the past year or two. People who supported us, like Scott Alaric, and people who inspired us, like Norma Watterson, Tony Barron, the list goes on. One of them that definitely left us too early was Linda Waterfall. And we're going to do one of her songs now.
And I had the absolute joy to teach with her a couple of times at Puget Sound Guitar Workshop. And I would just, gaze at her guitar playing and just in awe of her songwriting. And so we worked on one of them, and then this one we thought was actually possibly doable.
Yeah.
So, and we loved the story. She was belonged to a book club, and they were reading Jane Austen. And so one of her assignments to herself was to write a song. So it's called Song for Jane. I'm supposed to get closer to this thing.
I think this is too high, a little too high. Okay.
I am going to... Ready?
Yeah.
2, 3. And I'm going to do it again. You know what? I'm going to take these off because they're sliding off. This is the joy of live concerts. 2, 3, 4.
Bring me satin ribbons and a bunch of golden cowslips. Tie my hair and hold the mirror high so I can see. An invitation came from his lordship. There's chattering and gossip, and underneath the surface lies a serious game of courtship. The wealthy man who seeks my hand, he starts a conversation. An accident of birth made him superior to me. He favors me with all his opinions, expecting my submission. Well, now's the time to speak my mind and damn the repercussions. Right, this is your life. Right until the story's done. Right until the race is run. The parlor's like a battlefield. Your wits had best be steady. Word and glance and gesture cut as sharp as any sword. An improper moment could be deadly. The rumor mill is ready. We all observe the rules that serve the powerful and the wealthy. just a girl confined to drawing room and parlor. But wait until the moment when the paper meets my word with character and keen observation and laughter as a weapon. A girl can write her stories and the people like to read them. Right, this is your life. Right until the story's
Right
done.
until the story's done.
Right until the race is run. My story will be published and my words create a kingdom where laughter, truth, and kindliness can win a just reward. My girls get to have their happy ending. The loneliness of freedom, that's the price I pay to make a world I can believe in.
Oh,
Right, this is your life. Right until your story's done. Right until your race is run. Right until our time has come. Right. Angel Waterfall. Michael is going back to his hammered dulcimer. Someone in intermission asked me what that instrument was called. It's a hammered dulcimer. It has a lot of strings. To me, it seems miraculous that anyone could play it at all. Oh,
That's
I was
my
supposed to
singing.
do that. I'm sorry.
You were busy doing other things.
So we heard this, we learned this from Gordon Bach, and his singing partner Ed Trickett recently died, so we are very aware of how precious it is to be singing as a trio, and but this is called Ré Gilardine, or King Gilardine, and we will give you a quick translation of the words.
Yes, I start. Is this on? Yes. I start as the narrator, and I sing. Ré Gilardine went to war with his sword, la spada. In the middle of the street, Mita la strada, King Gilardine is wounded, ferito. King Gilardine ritorna dietro dalla sua mamma, returned to the house of his mother to die. And when he gets there, he knocks, tun, 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 oh, mamma mia, I am dying.
And I, as the mother, say, pica pian, caro mio figlio. Don't make so much noise. Your wife is giving birth.
And I ask a series of about 14 questions, but in this version there are 3. And one of them is, Madonna, Madonna, mother-in-law, why are they sonan tanto? Why are they knocking so?
I fan allegria ai soldati. It's just the festivities for the soldiers who are coming back.
Madonna, Madonna, why are they canton tanto? Why are they singing so?
More festivities for the birth of your son.
When I'm ready to get up and go out, I say, Madonna, Madonna, dizem che moro da vestirmi. What should I wear? Please tell me
Vestati
that.
di rosso, vestati di nero. You could wear red or you could wear black, but probably the darker color would be better.
So then,
So when she does go out, she meets an altar boy, Chirigello, who greets her, Bundi bonjour von vedovella, good morning, evening, good young widow.
no, che non son vedovella. I am not a widow. my husband is at war and my child is 3 days in the cradle.
See, you are a widow and your husband is 3 days in the grave.
And then terra, terra, aprat in quattro. Earth, open up in 4 parts. I want to see my cor reale, which might be true heart or regal heart, interpreted various ways.
And the last line is given to King Gilardin from the grave, and he sings, La tua boca la sa di rosa, my lips taste of roses, but your lips taste of roses, and my lips taste of earth. Gilardin, l'ulva la guerra, tirar di spada. L'ulva la guerra, tirar di spada. O quando le stai imita la strada, Re Gilardin, restai ferito. Re Gilardin, restai ferito. Re Gilardin ritorna dietro, dalla sua mamma vonda morire, dalla sua mamma vonda morire. O tun 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 pica la porta, oh mamma mia che mi son morto, oh mamma mia che mi son morto.
Oh pica bianca, oh mio figlio, che la tua donna al campicul fante, che la tua donna al campicul fante.
Oh Madonna, mia Madonna, cosa vuol dire chi sono tanto? Cosa vuol dire chi sono tanto?
Ai soldati, i fan allegria ai soldati.
Oh Madonna, mia Madonna, cosa vuol dire chi canton tanto? Cosa vuol dire chi canton tanto?
Oh Nureta, la mia Nureta, i fan allegria al tuo fante, i fan allegria al tuo fante.
Oh Madonna, mia Madonna, dicem che moda ho da vestirmi, dicem che moda ho da vestirmi.
Vestati di rosso, vestati di nero, ma le brunette stanno più bene, ma le brunette stanno più bene.
O quando le stai in luz della chiesa, d'un ciringhero si l'ha incontrato, buongiorno, buongiorno, qui vedo vela. Oh no, 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 che non son vedovella, il fantenchino e il marito in guerra, il fantenchino e il marito in guerra. Oh sì, 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 che voi sei vedovella, vostro marile di che fa terra, vostro marile di che fa terra. Oh terra, terra, prati in quattro, voglio vedere il mio cuore a lei, voglio vedere il mio cuore a lei. La tua bocca la sa di rosa, Invece la mia la sa di terra, invece la mia la sa di terra.
Choreography.
Welcome, Gray Larson, again, please.
We do appreciate your choice of mate, Cindy. Really good.
I do too. Yes, yes. Yep.
I will take this moment to point out that mine is running the Zoom.
Yes. Ian Brownell, thank you so much. Yes, yes. And yes, I would like to thank my sister for the shirt off her back. If you see somebody
yes.
walking around without a shirt,
outfit.
that's my sister Lisa. Oh, and this, yeah. Oh, Richard Knisley? Yes, it's for her shirt.
Oh, right.
Whose
My
shirt are you
mate,
wearing?
isn't
Right.
I'm wearing my own clothes, just for the record.
Little known fact on our cover of Heart Walk, you're wearing my
I'm wearing your
blue
jeans.
and I'm wearing her shirt.
That's right. Trivia, for trivia night.
We go back. We go
Oh,
way
my
back.
gosh,
All right.
okay.
Okay. So I made this up a couple of years ago, thinking of what it's like. Some of us lose people very quickly and don't get to say goodbye, and then there are those of us that have a longer time, and I don't know which is easier, except it's all hard. But this is a song about having that time, and it's called Beyond. You wanna get so I can see?
Oh, when I wake up, oh, will I find you here or all alone? My dear companion, so long we've called each other home. So dearly when you turn from me and travel well beyond the farthest field, the longest dream. Will I not follow? I will not follow. I cannot follow you. If I could touch you, hold you, dear friend, as you have held me strong. But from the deepest folds of time, you will not feel that longing. As you are born on stars, reborn as sweet salt wind, you long for this to be enough to make me strong again. Will I not follow? I will not follow. I cannot follow you. Oh, when I wake up, oh, will I find you here? I dreamed I flew on shining wings that sparkled in the air, and all the world was new. Your hands entwined in mine, so close we huddle walk along the shore. Close words low on the night, your voice is everywhere. If I were sorrow, oh, still I'd have you know that I would ease your mind and let you go. I will not follow, I cannot follow.
The instrument that I was playing is called a harmonium. It's a very portable pump organ, and it's from India. This one was made about 30 years ago in India. And I think it's, aside from the violin, the only Western instrument that's been adopted widely in that part of the world.
Want to play some music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's play. So this is the kind of flute that Henry David Thoreau played. Nowadays it's usually called an Irish flute because it's Irish musicians who play this kind of classical wooden flute from the mid-1800s. So we're going to play some traditional Irish music for you. Two jigs. The first is called Tom Billy's, named for a fiddler named Tom Billy Murphy, who was born in the 1840s in the southwest of Ireland and was a beloved player and teacher. And then the second tune is called Have a Drink With Me.
remember how many times we played here as a duo. I think it was 6 or 8. I think Ellen has the number. So it's a real treat for us to be back here as well, just playing a couple of tunes for you together. So this one, you guys, some of you know, and we hope you'll all sing along. It's a real oldie, back from the last century. Which is getting farther and farther away. Right. Okay. Actually, I was in Cambridge going to Lesley College for getting my degree in education, but I was thinking about the vineyard, and I was going to go back there after I just finished getting my degree in education and doing that. And I was thinking about the times that I had hitchhiked home, and there was one particular time I'd hitchhiked home with the entire 1972 books in print. I don't know, Gus Pendavid at Felix Neck Wildlife Sanctuary was going to throw them out. I was like, you can't throw away the 1972 volumes of books in print. So I'm hitchhiking home with them, and nobody would pick me up. I don't know how scary you look when you're hitchhiking with a lot of books, but apparently it's not a good move. So, yes, of course. Ah.
So we can get out.
Yeah.
It's a gray Prius with the license plate 4SGT10. And it's parked right at the end, and it's just right behind our van, so we can't get it out.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Yes. That's okay. That's all good, and I'm glad you found the right person. And there is no problem at all. Come back soon. Yeah, we'll wait. No, Here's the chorus. I sent a bottle out on the sea, tied to a leaf and tied to a tree. It's going to the shores of Africa, and I won't be back till the morning. Good, try it. So I sent a bottle out on the sea, tied to a leaf and tied to a tree. It's going to the shores of Africa, and I won't be back till the morning. I stepped out in the city today with the glass and the stones and the dogs, and they say a person's not safe on the streets these days. Better stay until the morning. I sent a bottle out on the sea, tied to a leaf and tied to a tree. It's going to the shores of Africa, and I won't be back till the morning. And out boomed a band when the roads keep tearing up all of this land. What's gonna be left to an island? I sent a bottle out on the sea, tied to a leaf and tied to a tree. It's going to the shores of Africa, and I won't be back till the morning. I walked out along the road, thinking on the hard times, bearing up a load. You can carry the world on your weary shoulders, no one's gonna bring you home. I sent a bottle out on the sea, tied to a leaf and tied to a tree. It's going to the shores of Africa, and I won't be back till the morning.
doing peace and we're doing war. We're gonna be dead more. I sent a bottle out on the sea, tied to a leaf and tied to a tree. It's going to the shores of Africa, and I won't be back anymore. I sent a bottle, I went into the forest and found a tree, tied it to a sail. Will you carry me away to the waters of an ancient sea? I don't want to come back in the morning. I sent a bottle out on the sea, tied to a leaf and tied to a tree. It's going to the shores of Africa, and I won't be back in the morning. I sent a bottle out on the tide. The bottle to a leaf and to a tree was tied. If we're lucky, it'll reach a kinder sky with a word of hope for the morning. I sent a bottle out on the sea, tied to a leaf and tied to a tree. It's going to the shores of Africa, and I won't be back in the morning. That tune was a tune we learned from a neighbor in Bloomington, Indiana, named Joe Dawson. We learned many, many tunes from him, and that was one called The 8th of January.
Michael, give it to me.
Hang on a second, please. I just need to move this wall. Okay, I'm ready.
Shine on, silver moon. Love is gone. Love will be back soon. For the new moon and the old moon are the same moon after all. And the heart is always full. Freedom, freedom in my soul. Destiny out of my control. When my freedom and my destiny look each other in the face, feels like life lived in grace. So shine on, silver moon. Love is gone, love will be back soon. For the new moon and the old moon are the same moon after all. And the heart is always full. Children laughing in the sun, old men, old women come undone. When the new ones and the old ones look each other in the eyes, feels like love never dies. So shine on, silver moon. Love is gone, love will be back soon. For the new moon and the old moon are the same moon after all. And the heart is always full. Yes, the new moon and the old moon are the same moon after all. And the heart is always full.
That was Shine On by Susan Ellington. And now we've come to the end of our lovely evening with you all. And I'll just reiterate one more time, I'm so full of gratitude for having been able to make music with Michael and Cindy for so many years, and I hope we never have to stop. So, thank you all for supporting us all this time. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ellen's gonna play a new instrument.
This is her COVID project. Was- So please.
Zoom lessons with Jennifer Armstrong. Recommend highly.
She's on the Zoom, by the way.
Oh, she is? I'll tell you, I injured my index finger. I was pruning in the garden and I snipped off a flap of skin on my left index finger. So I had to relearn the chords with my other three fingers. Where's everybody?
We're busy.
And whose idea was that?
What?
Playing with your rest of your fingers.
Oh, that, and Cindy gave me that idea.
It's like having had many experiences with finger damage.
So I just wanted to explain to Jennifer in case she thinks the chords look kind of strange and weren't the way she taught them to me. Okay.
So, thank you, and many thanks. There's as you heard in the intermission. After the intermission, there are so many people to thank that have been part of this coffee house and part of the Sister City project. And so, and then tonight we really want to thank Spencer, helped by Astor over there on the sound. Thank you. And to Ian Brownell back there, making it possible for the live stream people to see us. And there's so many others. The lighting person who set up the lighting, whose name Wolfram, yes. And Susie and Susan, all of you. Thank you so much. So. And one of our favorite songs by Larry Kaplan, a prolific writer of incredible story songs. This one called Song for Gail, written for Gail Huntington, who was a folklorist, teacher, ethnographer, did a ton of different things on Martha's Vineyard. And Larry spent some time with Gail and his wife Mildred. Gail took him around the island and told him about what it used to be like, some of what it used to be like in the old days. So Larry wrote this song. Gail played the fiddle and Mildred played the guitar. Ellen and I had the great pleasure of sharing the stage with them at the Edgartown Whaling Church back a long, long time ago.
Before Michael was born.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here's your part. Get me my fiddle, we'll sing all the old songs. You take the high notes and I'll sing the low. Good times and hard times, they're worth all the telling. Don't matter to me if you sing 'em that well, but you sing it great. Blue sky, south wind, fish jumping into your hand. What a time to be working old Nantucket Sound, from the island into the mainland. Get me my fiddle, we'll sing all the old songs. You take the high notes and I'll sing the low. Good times and hard times, they're worth all the telling. Don't matter to me if you sing 'em that well.
Worn out, smelling a bait, you come home at the end of the day, and the sun over West Chop, those warm summer breezes make you think that it never could change. Get me my fiddle, we'll sing all the old songs. You take the high notes and I'll sing the low. Good times and hard times, they're worth all the telling. Don't matter to me if you sing 'em that well. Well, I remember days when you worked for your living, pulling hard just to get back to shore, and you busted your back and you never got dinner. They don't talk much of that anymore. Get me my fiddle, we'll sing all the old songs. You take the high notes and I'll sing the low. Good times and hard times, they're worth all the telling. Don't matter to me if you sing 'em that well. Well, you sat with the old folks, fell asleep to their stories, stayed away
tell it, don't matter to me if you sing 'em that well. Get me my fiddle, we'll sing all the old songs. You take the high notes and I'll sing the low. Good times and hard times, they're worthwhile telling. Don't matter to me if you sing 'em that
Well, we just happen to have an
One more.
encore.
We'd like Dean and Richard to come up and
Yes.
help us out with it, please. And Ian.
And if you have to leave, I know it's been a long night, and
Yeah.
thank you so much for your considerateness in wearing masks. We really appreciate
Yes,
it. I
we
know it's
do.
not comfortable for that long a time,
not
but
fun.
thank you.
Okay.
One more. This one is by David Dodson.
Who is also on the live stream. Hi, David. Hi, Mary Kate. Yeah. Along with about 100 people, a combination
Oh
of
my
Zoom
God.
and YouTube. I just want to tell you that this is a beautiful concert, and it's on that YouTube. You can find it at Community Church of Boston official YouTube channel. Take a look. It's just gorgeous.
Just move over a tiny bit. So there's going over here. An A.
There is a land. There is a land. High on a hill where I am going. There is a voice that calls to me. The air is sweet. The air is sweet. The grass is wet. The grass is wet. The wind is blowing away up in the farthest field. Walk with me and we will see the mystery revealed. When one day we wend our way up to the farthest field. The sun will rise. The sun will rise. The sun will set. The sun will set across the mountain, and we will live with beauty there. The fragrant flower. The fragrant flower. The days and hours. The days and hours will not be counted, and peaceful songs will fill the air. Walk with me and we will see the mystery revealed. When one day we wend our way up to the farthest field. I know one day. I know one day. I leave my home. I leave my home here in the valley and climb up to that field so fair.
And when I'm called,
And when I'm called
and counted in,
and counted in that
revealed. When one day we wend our way up to the farthest field. Oh, my dear friend,
Oh, my dear friend,
I truly